Back here in El Paso at Cohen Stadium, boy, I tell you, temperature-wise, after what we had gone through over the weekend at home at Fairgrounds Field, it feels like a breath of spring or fresh air, I guess. 88 degrees here at game time and a pretty good breeze blowing in from left field here at Cohen Stadium. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Cohen Stadium, our national anthem. Run in the first inning that gave us a 2-1 lead. Sports went on to win it 4-1 over Coastal Bend, claiming that 3-game series. Ample hitting at 3-1. That's a strike on the inside corner. 100-degree mark, a very warm day here in West Texas. Lots of sunshine, just a very light wind. Every once in a while it'll be blowing series. So Adam Hale will lead it off for the Sports. Left-handed hitter. Play last night. Comes into the game hitting at .286 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs at third base. So at 7:10 Mountain Time, first pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Adam Hale. Sports in their traveling grays tonight. No throwback uniforms tonight. Fouled out of play to the left. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. El Paso in their regular home whites tonight. Red numerals outlined in black. Sports, gray tops, gray bottoms, the blue pinstripe, blue numerals outlined in gold. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, foul. Pass the first base coach, Tommy Bryant. Ricochets back out on the field. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Adam Hale. Wiggum in 33 innings has given up 43 hits. He has struck out 17, walked 10. 1-2 pitch to Hale. A swing and a foul tip just kept alive. Bounced the foul right at the plate. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes. Defensively for El Paso, Olmstead at first, Alvarez at second, Cooksey at short. Byron Smith is at third. The outfield, Reininger in left, Drew in center, Stantrell Smith in right, Durock catching. 1-2 pitch to Hale. Swing and a miss. Hale strikes out to start it here in the top of the first inning. 1 out for Inawal Polanco. Right-handed hitting shortstop. Polanco was 0 for 4 last night, hitting .222 with no home runs and 5 RBIs. Polanco has only had 3 hits in his last 17 at-bats. As Wiggum delivers a fastball for a strike to Polanco. Sports continue to lead the league in striking out more than any other team in the association. Pitch off the mid of Durock outside. Scoots on back to the screen, and it's a ball and a strike. Sports have struck out 240 times this year. El Paso is second in the most strikeouts, 218. 1-1 pitch. Bounce foul back to the screen. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Inawal Polanco. Sports have not had much success here. Have lost 4 out of 5 against the Diablos. While at Fairgrounds Field in Shreveport, the Sports won 2 out of 3 from El Paso. Here's a ground ball toward Cooksey at shortstop. Bobbles it, and now doesn't have a play. And Polanco will be safe at first base. So Polanco at first. Ball was hit right at Cooksey and popped right out of his glove. That'll be an error on Cooksey. Puts Polanco at first and brings up the designated hitter, Justin Humphreys. Humphreys had 2 hits, 4 at bats, scored a couple of runs last night. Still over the 400 mark at 423. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Takes a fastball inside corner for a strike. Eddie Gerald coaching at third base. Tommy Bryant over in the first base coaching box. Polanco is at first with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Outfield playing Humphreys to pull in the outfield. Takes it high for a ball. We mentioned on our pregame talk with Terrence McLean, a big ballpark. 340 down the lines, 410 feet to straightaway center field. And you have the double fence at about 18 feet all the way around from foul pole to foul pole. So to first, Polanco back safely. Polanco has not had a stolen base this year. He's 0 for 3. Polanco calls time as he goes out, smooths out the infield dirt where he had started to go back to first base on that throw over there. The sun field is off the left side, shortstop, third base in the evening sun along with left field, center field. Another throw to first, Polanco back standing this time. One ball and 1 strike on Justin Humphreys. Humphreys, since coming back into the lineup, has had 5 hits and 12 at-bats. There goes Polanco. The pitch is low. The throw down to second. Off the mark, and Polanco gets a stolen base. His first of the year. Fairhawks' throw was to the third base side of second, with Alvarez taking the throw. So Polanco at second with a stolen base. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Justin Humphreys. With Polanco at second, 1 out. Humphreys bounces it foul off toward the third base El Paso dugout. Wiggum's last start was on Monday in a loss at Fort Worth. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, walked 3, didn't strike out anybody. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Humphreys. Fouled out of play. That one up toward the skybox area to our right, and it stays 2-2. Wiggum had 1 start against Shreveport, 1 appearance. That was on May the 18th at Fairgrounds Field. He took the loss. He went 5 innings, gave up 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked 1, struck out 4. Now Wiggum will spin and look Polanco back to second base. Second year of pro ball for the right-hander, David Wiggum. Pitched in the Can-Am League at New Haven, Connecticut last year. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Humphreys strikes out. And there's 2 out in the first. So Wiggum has recorded a couple of strikeouts here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Chad Gamble, who's playing center field tonight. Gamble was 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. Had a couple of singles. Gamble hitting at .311, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. Polanco at second base. Pitch is popped up down the right field line. Foul territory, and it's going to land in the Shreveport bullpen. Out of play, and it's strike 1 on Gamble. Gamble has been swinging the bat much better over the last 5 games. He is hitting .409 with 9 hits and 22 at-bats. Has an opportunity to drive in a run here in the first inning with Polanco at second base, 2 out. No balls, 1 strike on Gamble. And he hits it in the air toward right field. Stantrell Smith coming in under it. Makes the catch, and the inning is over, and that's all for the Sports in the first. No runs, no hits, an error, 1 left. After a half inning, Sports nothing. El Paso coming to bat on AM 1130 KWKH. Paso. Brian Cooksey leading off at shortstop, followed by Corey Drew in center, Jorge Alvarez at second base. Walter Olmsted will be the cleanup hitter at first. J.D. Reininger in left field. Matt Kent will be the DH. He bats sixth. Byron Smith at third base will bat seventh. Alex Durhawk will be the catcher batting eighth, and Stantrell Smith in right field bats ninth. Brian Cooksey leading it off here in the bottom of the first, takes a strike from Savickas. Cooksey, right-handed hitting shortstop for El Paso. And he bounces one foul at the plate, and it's strike two. Cooksey had 2 hits, 5 at-bats with an RBI last night, hitting .321 overall. Combining his totals between Shreveport, where he started out the season, and here in El Paso with the Diablos, he's hitting .288 since joining the ball club. Ground ball, foul, past third, and it's no balls, 2 strikes on Cooksey. Savickas is making his 7th start of the year with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and a .408 earned run average. Had a no decision in his last start. That was on Sunday at Lincoln. He went 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run it was earned, walked 1, and struck out 6. He has had 2 starts against El Paso. 0-2 pitch. Low and inside, and it's 1-2. He lost to the Diablos here in El Paso on May the 9th. Beat El Paso and Shreveport on May the 16th. Cooksey asks and gets time for the home plate umpire, Blake Felix. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cooksey. And he fouled it off again, rolled it to the left side, and it stays a ball and 2 strikes. Defensively, a different look for Shreveport tonight. Q Bell at first, Chris Smith at second, Polanco at short, Bratton at third. The outfield, McLean in left, Gamble in center tonight. Hale is at right, Miller catching. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cooksey. A swing and a miss. Cooksey strikes out swinging to start it off here in the bottom of the first inning. So 1 out for Corey Drew, the El Paso center fielder.
And let's welcome stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 9.
Drew hitting .229, 1 home run, 17 RBIs. Drew had a couple of hits, 5 at-bats with an RBI last night. And a strike from the right-hander, Russell Savickas. Savickas, 6'4", 170-pound right-hander. Showing bunt, taking it low, and it's 1-1. Savickas will be 25 years old at the end of July. Makes his home in Johnston, Rhode Island. Here's a ball hit right up the middle into center field, a base hit. So Corey Drew with a 1-out single here in the first inning. Hit that one right back up the middle. El Paso had 20 hits last night in their 13-5 win over the Sports. Most hits they have had in any one game this year. Jorge Alvarez going 2 for 3 with an RBI last night. Now is back over the 300 mark. Coming into tonight's game at 305, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. So Drew at first with a 1-out single. Stretched by Savickas. He misses down low for ball 1. Alvarez over the last 5 games is now hitting .526. He has had 10 hits in his last 19 at-bats, so he has been very hot. You knew he wasn't going to stay below the 300 mark long. Infield double play depth. Down low for a ball, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Jorge Alvarez. Ryan Medrano is coaching at third base for El Paso. Outfield straightaway on Alvarez. Low for ball 3. And Savickas kind of stared in. He thought he had him a strike at the knees, trying to keep that ball down low, and he's a sinker ball pitcher. He's the type of pitcher that needs to get that strike at the knees. Now he's behind 3-0 on Alvarez. Alvarez taking all the way for a strike, and it's 3-1. El Paso currently in 4th place in the South Division of the American Association. 7 games behind first place Fort Worth, who continues to be on a roll. There goes the runner. The pitch is down low, ball 4. And Alvarez has walked. Drew was running on the pitch, so first and second with 1 out. The guy who hit the big blow last night in the first inning, Walter Olmstead, coming up. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Had the grand slam home run of the first inning. Quite a night last night for Olmstead. He went 5 for 5 with 5 RBIs. So El Paso with runners first and second had 1 out. Olmstead takes a strike from Savickas. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Olmstead hitting at .400. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs this year for the left-handed hitting El Paso first baseman. Fouled right off the end of the bat, and it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Savickas coming into tonight's game has pitched 39 2/3 innings. Has given up 35 hits. He has struck out 20 and walked 8. El Paso with runners first and second, 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes. And it's fouled down the left field line, out of play. So it stays no balls, 2 strikes. Savickas pitching this year. Opponents hitting .235 off of him. No score here at the bottom of the first inning. Shreveport have runners first and second and 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes on Olmstead. Savickas spins and looks the runner Drew back to second. Polanco was going over from a shortstop position to cover. No throw was made. The stretch and the pitch. Outside, bounces off the mitt of Miller, and he has no play. Miller may have got crossed up because he calls time and goes out and talks to Savickas. That ball bounced right out of the mitt of Miller, and I'm sure that'll be a pass ball. As Drew goes to third and Alvarez to second base. With 1 out, now it's a ball and 2 strikes on Olmstead. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Rounded foul, that one toward the first base Shreveport dugout. So it remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sports will have one more game here, and that'll be tomorrow evening, 5:05 Central Time. Our broadcast tomorrow will be on 71 Keel for sports baseball. And then sports will be back home Monday night against the first place Fort Worth Cats. They'll come in for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at Fairgrounds Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Olmstead. Ground ball, Polanco at shortstop. Long throw over to first and out at first base. The run scores to make it 1-0. As Drew scores, Olmstead is out 6-3. He'll get an RBI. Manager Butch Henry out to argue the point with first base umpire Sheldon Wheeler. He thought that Olmstead had beaten the rap at first. So El Paso scores a run here in the bottom of the first inning to take a 1-0 lead. So Olmstead with an RBI, his 18th of the year. That's 6 RBIs that Olmstead has had in this series. So now there's 2 out. Alvarez stayed at second base. So now there's 2 out for J.D. Reiniger. Reiniger hitting .291, 4 home runs, 21 RBIs. Reiniger was 0 for 4 last night. He did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly. Right-handed hitting left fielder. Takes it off the plate outside for ball 1. Alvarez is at second base. 2 outs with a run in here in the bottom of the first inning for El Paso. 1 ball, no strikes on Reiniger. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. Big cut by Reiniger. Another nice crowd here at El Paso on this Saturday night. They had just over 5,600 in here last night. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. And Bratton up with it. Throws on to first for the out. The inning is over. Reiniger grounds out. But El Paso gets a run here in the first inning. 1 run. 1 hit. No errors. And 1 runner was left stranded. Our score after 1 inning. El Paso 1, Sports nothing on AM 1130 KWKH.
Kilpatrick Life
Lead as we go to the top of the second inning. Terrence McLean will lead it out for the Sports. It'll be McLean, Hugh Bell, and Bobby Bratton. McLean was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, including his first home run of the year in a Shreveport Sports uniform last night. McLean hitting at .714. Of course, he's only played a couple of games, so that average will fluctuate a lot. Pitch into the dirt for a ball. McLean has had 5 hits, 7 at-bats since joining the Sports. One ball, no strikes on Terrence McLean, who is our pregame guest tonight. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. They played McLean in the outfield to pull with center fielder Drew a good dozen steps toward left center field. Swing and a miss. The pitch looked like landed in the dirt. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Terrence McLean. David Wiggum on the mound tonight for El Paso. His 7th start of the year. He has had 6 starts and he's had 6 decisions. Swing and a miss. McLean strikes out. That's 3 strikeouts for Wiggum. And there's 1 out here in the second inning. 1 out for Richard Kiwis Bell. Bell hitting .307. 1 home run, 18 RBIs. 1 for 4 last night. Looks at a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Bell. Hit that one up the first base line off the mound. Wiggum throws to first, throws it in the dirt, but digging it out is Olmstead. Nice play by Olmstead. Boy, you're talking about short-arming a throw. Wiggum did it as he got to the first base line, fielding that ball, and just short-armed it into the dirt. But Olmstead saved him on the receiving end by digging it out for the second out. Two out for Bobby Bratton, right-handed hitting third baseman. Bratton was 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. Now hitting .280. Takes it high for ball 1. Bratton 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's been hot of late. 7 hits in his last 19 at-bats over the last 5 games. Ground ball off the left side. Third baseman Smith on to first for the out. The Sports are up and down in order here in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after an inning and a half. It's El Paso 1, Sports nothing on AM 1130 KWKH.
Swapco is
Bottom of the second inning, El Paso leading 1-0. Let's check the Major League scoreboard. One National League game today. Cardinals bounced back from that loss last night. They beat the Phillies this afternoon 3-2. This weekend, a lot of mostly interleague games being played in the Major Leagues. Matt Kemp, the designated hitter, will lead it off for El Paso here in the second inning. Against the right-hander, Russell Savickas. Kent was 3 for 5 with an RBI last night. Left-handed hitter. Takes a strike. Minnesota in the top of the ninth inning, leading Milwaukee 4-3. 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. Yankees have a 6-4 lead in the eighth inning over the Astros at Houston. Kansas City 8-2 over the Diamondbacks, top of the fifth in Phoenix. There's a ground ball up the middle and into center field, a base hit. This infield is very hard, kind of like playing on a parking lot. I mean, it skips through there quickly, and Kent gets a leadoff hit here in the second inning. That's the second hit for the Diablos and brings up Byron Smith, the third baseman. Smith, right-handed hitter at .303, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs. Had 3 hits, 5 at-bats last night. Everybody in the El Paso lineup had at least 1 hit except J.D. Reininger last night. Ground ball toward third. Bratton up with it to second, out there, back to first, and they get the double play. Nicely done. Around the horn, 5-4-3, and that's the first double play that the Sports have turned in this series. So 2 quickly out here in the second inning on the double play. Bratton to Smith and on to Bell. 2 outs for Alex Durock, the catcher. Durock was used as a DH last night, had 1 hit, 5 at-bats with an RBI. Takes it down low, ball 1. Durock hitting .315, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. 2 out here in the second. Low and away for a ball. Oakland leading the Giants 1-0 at San Francisco in the third inning. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball, third by, right between the legs of Bratton into left field. Durock will take the turn and hold at first. And ball hit right between the legs of the third baseman, Bobby Bratton, and scooted on into left field. They have ruled out a base hit for Durock. That's the second hit of the inning, the third of the night for El Paso. Stantrell Smith, right-handed hitter. Takes a strike from Savickas. Smith was 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs last night. We're at the bottom of the second inning. El Paso leading 1-0. Runner at first, 2 out. Down low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Red Sox beat Cincinnati today 6-4. Red Sox scored 2 in the top of the 10th inning to win it. The Rangers and the Mets has been postponed at New York because of rain. Hit toward right field, down the line. Hale coming over, still coming over, and in foul territory makes the catch, running toward the Shreveport bullpen for the final out here in the second inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left after 2. El Paso 1, Sports nothing on AM 1130 KWKH.
Injured athletes need.
Well, continuing the Major League scoreboard in interleague games at American League ballparks. Tigers beat the Dodgers today 12-7. Cubs over the Blue Jays at Toronto 6-2. Washington and Seattle later tonight. Angels and the Braves scoreless in the third at LA. At Cleveland, Padres and the Indians 3-3 in the ninth. Rockies have a 1-0 lead over the White Sox in the 8th inning. Baltimore a 6-5 lead over Pittsburgh. They are in the 8th inning. Tampa Bay has defeated the Florida Marlins 4-1 at St. Petersburg. So that's gets you up to date on the Major League scoreboard. Adam Miller to lead it out for Shreveport here in the 3rd inning. Miller catching for the 2nd consecutive night. He was 0 for 3 with an RBI last night. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. Miller hitting 182, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Outfield around to the left. They play Miller to pull. Slider away, and it's 2-0. In the College World Series this afternoon in Omaha, first game, Stanford defeated Florida State 16-5. Ball hit towards center, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Adam Miller with a leadoff single here in the 3rd inning. That's the first base hit for the Sports. So Miller at first for Chris Smith. Did not play last night. Smith hitting 176, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Since Polanco has come back in the lineup, Chris Smith has only been in 1 game. He was 0 for 4, but he's at second base tonight. Fastball down low for ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. Miller at first base with a leadoff single here in the top of the 3rd inning. Wiggum's pitch. Ground ball, foul off the 3rd base side toward the El Paso dugout. In the College World Series, in a game that's in progress at Omaha, Miami and Georgia are now playing. Miami has just taken the lead 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning over the Georgia Bulldogs. Again, Stanford won this afternoon in a big way over Florida State. One ball, 1 strike on Chris Smith. Showing bunt, and bunts it foul. Squirted it right between the catcher and the umpire's legs and back to the screen. But now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Right at the last moment, Chris Smith turned and bunted it foul. Miller's at first base with a leadoff single here in the top of the 3rd inning. El Paso leading 1-0. The stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss as Smith strikes out for the first out of the inning. That's the 4th strikeout for Wiggum. So 1 out to the top of the batting order, Adam Hale, who was a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Looking at Wiggum this year, 5 strikeouts in 1 game, and that was against Grand Prairie. Has been the most he has had this season in any one contest. He already has 4, and we're in the 3rd. Pitch to Hale. Fastball low and inside for ball 1. Several other games underway around the American Association on this Saturday. The 1-0 pitch to Hale. Low and inside, and it's 2-0. Grand Prairie has a 5-1 lead over Sioux Falls, top of the 6th. Pensacola trailing Fort Worth again. Fort Worth 6, Pensacola 2, top of the 6th inning at Fort Worth. 2 balls, no strikes on Hale. Line drive foul to the right of the first base bag, down the right field line, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Lincoln leading Sioux City 5-1, top of the 7th inning at Sioux City. And Wichita with a 3-1 lead over St. Paul, top of the 6th at Wichita. So that gets you up to date on all the baseball. The Major Leagues, the College World Series, and the American Association. So to first, and back is Miller. Miller with a leadoff single here in the third. He's at first with one out. 2 balls and 1 strike on Hale. Hits it toward left field, going back on it. Reiniger still going back, and it's going to bounce off the wall, bouncing back toward left center field. Here comes Miller. He will score easily on a double by Adam Hale. Hale goes the opposite way, hit that one off the fence out in left field, and then it carried him back toward left center field. Hale with his 6th double of the year. That's his 12th RBI of the season to tie the game at 1-1 here in the third inning. So Miller scored all the way from first base on the double. And a batter, Inawal Polanco. 1 out here in the third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So the Sports have tied it here in the third inning. Polanco safe on an error by Cooksey at shortstop in the first inning. Grounds this one to third base. Up with it is Smith. On to first for the out. Holding at second base is Hale, and now there's 2 away. So Polanco grounds out, third to first. 2 out for Justin Humphries. Struck out swinging in the first inning. So Hale still at second base, now with 2 outs here in the top of the third. The stretch by Wiggum. Humphries swings and misses, and it's strike 1. Humphries with a big cut on that first pitch. No balls, 1 strike on Justin Humphries. Wiggum looked in to get his sign from his catcher, Durock, and then backed off the rubber and wants another set of signs. Now he's ready. Hale getting a good lead at second base. Humphries takes it over but low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing Humphries to pull. Big gap for Humphries is in right center field. A ball and a strike on Humphries. Grounded foul. That one bounces off the left side past the El Paso third base dugout. So now Wiggum ahead of Humphries. Had a ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night's game here at El Paso will start at 5:05 Central Time. Our broadcast will begin at 4:50 with the pregame. Tomorrow we'll be on 71 Keel tomorrow evening. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 on a breaking pitch, and Humphries caught looking. And that matches a season high, 5 strikeouts for Wiggum, and that's all for the Sports in the third. Shreveport has tied it with a run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left after 2.5. Sports 1, El Paso 1 on AM 1130 KWKH.
ABC Insurance Agencies.
For the third for El Paso, Brian Cooksey will lead it out. Corey Drew and then Jorge Alvarez against the Shreveport right-hander Russell Savickas. And Cooksey fouls it out of play from the seats for a strike. Sports are back home Monday night against Fort Worth. That's Monday. Brought to you by your Northwest Louisiana Humane Society. No balls, 1 strike. Inside for a ball. Fans will be able to bring their canine friends to Fairgrounds Field, celebrate the dog days of summer on Monday night at 7:05. Tap fouls. Back to the screen, and it's strike 2. Rescue dogs from the Shreveport Fire Department will be on hand to put on a great show throughout the game. Fans will also be able to register to adopt a dog through the Northwest Louisiana Humane Society while at the game Monday night. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cooksey. Down low, and it's 2-2. Cooksey struck out swinging in the first inning. Leads it off here in the third. Hits one toward the gap in right center field. This one's going to catch the gap and go all the way to the wall. Cooksey is headed towards second. Now he's going to go toward third. The throw, not in time, a triple for Cooksey. That's the third triple of the year for Brian Cooksey. Hit that one in the gap in right center field. That's the fourth hit for El Paso. For Corey Drew had a base hit in the first inning and then later scored. Savickas misses low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Corey Drew. Infield back. 1-0 pitch. Fouled out of play. Down the right field line. And it's a ball and a strike. Early in the game, infield playing back. They'll give up a run to get an out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Corey Drew. Cooksey is at third base with the leadoff triple. Now time has been called. It's a ball and a strike on the El Paso center fielder, Corey Drew. Hits it toward left center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Cooksey will score. El Paso leads it 2-1. So Drew gets his second hit of the night. Cooksey scoring from third base. And for Corey Drew, that is his 18th RBI of the year. So the Diablos have taken the lead again at 2-1. Still nobody out here in the third. This will bring up Jorge Alvarez, who walked in the first inning. Right-handed hitter. Hits it in the air to left center field. Gamble. And McLean, it's Gamble over to make the catch in left center for the first out. And Drew back to first base. 1 out here in the third. Walter Olmstead, who grounded out the shortstop in the first inning, credited with an RBI as Drew scored from third base. Sports tied it in the top of the third, but El Paso has regained the lead here in the bottom of the third inning, 2-1. Olmstead, left-handed hitter. There goes the runner. The pitch is grounded towards second base. Smith up with it. He'll throw on to first. He started to pitch it to Polanco, but with the runner Corey Drew running, really didn't have a chance, although he thought about it. He went ahead and got the out at first base on Olmstead for the second out of the inning. So 2 out here at the bottom of the third for J.D. Reininger. Reininger grounded out to Bratton at third base in the first inning. Right-handed hitting left fielder. So Drew is at second with 2 out. Reininger straightaway stands at the plate. Takes a strike at the knees from Savickas. Russell Savickas on the mound for Shreveport tonight. Savickas pitched that Double-A New Hampshire in the Eastern League in the Blue Jays organization last year. This is inside, and it's 1-1. Has spent most of his career at A-ball. He was a 9th-round draft choice of the Blue Jays back in 2002. It's a ball and a strike on Reininger. Now time has been called. Look out at the flag out in left center field, and no breeze at all now here at the ballpark in El Paso. High for ball 2. Temperature still around the 90-degree mark. We said it was a warm one here today. It It hit the century mark plus, I believe, 101, 102, and expecting a same tomorrow. 2 balls, 1 strike. Down low, and now it's 3-1. Savickas continues to stare in at the home plate umpire, Blake Felix, on that pitch. He feels, I think, that he is getting that ball at the knees, and as we said, Savickas is a sinker ball pitcher, and for him to be successful, he's got to get that pitch. That's outside for ball 4. Second walk given up by Savickas. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is where you can hear Shreveport Sports Baseball.
KWKH Shreveport. For the latest sports scores of your favorite team, go to KWKHOnline.com.
Dave Nitz from Cohen Stadium in El Paso, Texas on a Saturday night. Glad you could have joined us on the home of the legends. Matt Kent had a single in the second inning, left-handed hitter. Runners first and second, 2 out. Kent takes a strike at the knees on the outside corner. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Matt Kent got hit on the arm last night on a foul ball. Had to leave the game late. Not catching tonight, being used only as the DH. Inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Kent. El Paso leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Diablos have runners at first and second with 2 out. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Kent. And it's strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The sun has now gone down here in El Paso, and the entire field in the shadows on this Saturday evening. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Line drive into center field, a base hit. Drew will score to make it 3-1. Holding at second base, Reiniger, and Kent's second hit of the night has given El Paso a 3-1 lead. Kent hit that one right back up the middle. So now it is a 3-1 El Paso lead. Kent driving in his 15th run of the year. So the Diablos have scored twice here in the third inning. Reiniger stopped at second base. With 2 out, Byron Smith hit into a double play in the second inning, right-handed hitter. Takes it low from Savickas for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Byron Smith. Reiniger at second, Kent at first, 2 out. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on a breaking pitch, and it evens it up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Smith. He is batting 7th in the batting order for the Diablos. Breaking pitch again, but outside this time. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. El Paso has scored twice here in the third to take a 3-1 lead. The stretch and the pitch. Outside and low again, breaking pitch, and now it's 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike on Byron Smith. Check of the runners by Savickas. Here's a line drive by Polanco into left center field, a base hit. Another run will score to make it 4-1 El Paso. Reiniger scoring from second base. The third run of the inning. Kent stopped at second. Well, that's 7 hits now for the Diablos, as they have scored 3 times here in the third inning. That's the 24th RBI of the year for Brian Smith. Still 2 out in the inning. And Alex Durock, who had a base hit in the second inning, at the plate, right-handed hitter. And Savickas misses low for ball one. You can just tell by the body language of Savickas. He's thinking he's awfully close to getting strikes if he's not. There is a strike right down the middle of the plate. And it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Durhak. El Paso with runners at first and second with 2 outs. The stretch and the pitch. Curveball outside. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Everybody clap your hands.
2 balls, 1 strike on Durhak. In at second, Smith is at first base. Savickas, 2-1 pitch. Low again, and now it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, that 3-1 pitch is a hitter's pitch, and when Savickas does get behind 3-1, they've been teeing off. Let's see if they do here. With 2 outs, runners at first and second. Line drive, base hit right field. Here comes Kent around third. The ball gets by Hale, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Smith will also score. Durhak is also headed to the plate. The throw, and he is out at the plate. Well, Durhak will get a single. And I'm sure an error will be charged on Hale to allow the second run to score, as El Paso has scored 5 runs here in the 3rd inning. 5 runs in the inning on 5 hits. 1 error and nobody left. After 3, it's El Paso 6, Sports 1 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Kilpatrick.
Well, our line score through 3 innings. El Paso 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Shreveport a run, 2 hits, and 1 error. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Chad Gamble will lead it off for the Sports. Next Tuesday, when the Sports play host to the Fort Worth Cats, 7:05 at Fairgrounds Field. That'll be our Fat Tuesday, 2-for-1 tickets and hot dogs. Fans will be able to purchase general admission tickets and hot dogs, 2 for the price of 1, all night long on Tuesday. That will be a short homestand coming up for the Sports Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday against the division-leading Fort Worth Cats. Fort Worth has now won 8 out of their last 10 and have a 3.5 game lead right now over second place Pensacola. Gamble to lead it off here in the 4th inning. Fly to right field in the 1st. So David Wiggum has been staked to a 6-1 lead as he goes to the mound here in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss by Gamble, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Gamble. Outfield around to the left. The wind and delivery. Down low, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Chad Gamble, playing center field tonight. Fouls it out of play down the right field line, and it's strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Gamble. Gamble leading it off for Shreveport here in the top of the 4th. Inside and low, and that evens it up at 2-2. Two pitch. Low and inside again, and now it's going full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Gamble. El Paso with 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning They now lead at 6-1. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit left field between third and short. So Gamble leads it off with a base hit here in the fourth inning. That's the third hit for the Sports. So Gamble at first for Terrence McLean. McLean struck out swinging in the second inning. McLean, right-handed hitter, straightaway stance from the right side. Fastball down low from Wiggum for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on McLean. In tight for ball two. McLean started to step into that pitch and then had to kind of peel back out of the way as it came running in on him. And now it's 2-0. Pitch, ground ball, foul. Eddie Gerald in the third base coaching box, fielding it on the second hop. And it's 2-1 on McLean. Matt Clayman is expected to get the start tomorrow in the final game of the series here at El Paso. Two-one pitch. Ground ball, foul again, third base side. 2-2. Justin Phillips did not make this trip. He was in a wedding over the weekend, so that's why the bullpen, that's why Clayman will come out of the bullpen to get a start tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on McLean. Gamble short lead at first. Nobody out here in the fourth. Hit him. McLean has been hit by a pitch on the left shoulder. And he'll head on down to first base. Gamble will move to second. And the Sports have runners at first and second and nobody out. For Kewish Bell. Bell bounced back to the pitcher. His only plate appearance in the second inning. So the Sports have runners at first and second, nobody out here in the top of the fourth. With Bell at the plate. Ground ball, first base, could be 2. Olmstead throws it to Cooksey, safe at second base. As Olmstead's throw pulled Cooksey off the bag, everybody is safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Gamble over to third. McLean is safe at second base. And Bell at first is safe on the fielder's choice. McLean will be safe at second on the error. Has to be a throwing error on Olmstead. So the Sports have the bases loaded, nobody out for Bobby Bratton. A grounded to third in the second inning. Great opportunity here in the fourth for the Sports. Ground ball toward shortstop. Cooksey will go to second. Out there, back to first, double play. Run scores, but Bratton hits into a 6-4-3 double play. He will not get an RBI as Gamble scores to make it 6-2. McLean takes third base. Now with 2 outs and a runner at third. That's the 4th double play that El Paso has turned in this series. 2 outs for Adam Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Miller singled, later scored in the third inning. No balls, 1 strike on the Shreveport catcher, Adam Miller. McLean at third, Wiggum out of the windup. Up and in to the right-handed hitting Miller. And it's a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Adam Miller. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. 6-2 is our score. El Paso leading the Sports. We're at the top of the fourth inning here at Cohen Stadium. El Paso winning last night, 13-5. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss and a slider. And Miller strikes out. And that is a season high 6 strikeouts for Wiggum tonight. Here in the fourth inning, the Sports get 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and 1 runner left. After 3.5, El Paso 6, Sports 2 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Kilpatrick, life.
Player of the game brought to you by Papa John Pizza. That player will receive a coupon for a free pizza at Papa John's. Santrell Smith will lead it off here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Diablos. Takes it inside, and it's ball 1. Smith flied to right field in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Savickas misses down low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Smith, and then the top of the order, Cooksey and Drew here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Popped up, shallow right, going out. Smith coming in, Hale. Hale calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 out here in the fourth. One out, bottom of the fourth inning. To the top of the order, Brian Cooksey. Cooksey is 1 for 2, has struck out and tripled. Tripled his last time up into the gap in right center field and later scored in that inning. Savickas to the plate and in hitting. Cooksey has been hit by a pitch as he came inside, and Cooksey down to first base. That's the first batter that Savickas has hit tonight. So Cooksey at first with 1 out for Corey Drew. Drew has had a perfect night at the plate, 2 for 2, a couple of singles, an RBI, and he has scored a couple of runs. The stretch by Savickas. Drew fouling it straight back to the screen, and it's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Corey Drew. We're at the bottom of the fourth inning. El Paso leading 6-2. Cooksey at first base, 1 out. There goes the runner, and now they have the throw to second base, and they have Cooksey. All Savickas did was just back off the rubber. Cooksey took off way too soon. And, of course, as a pitcher, all you do is just back off the rubber and throw and get the runner instead of throwing. Now, Butch Henry is going to say that maybe he spun off the rubber. I think he's talking with the home plate umpire, Blake Felix, about that. But Cooksey is out. It'll go 1-4, caught stealing for the second out of the inning. So now there's 2 out with nobody on. And it's no balls, 1 strike on Corey Drew. So Savickas now out of the windup. And it's popped out. It'll catch the seats off the first base side, hit the concourse, and back up into the second section. And it's strike 2 on Corey Drew. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball chopped toward the shortstop. Polanco near the bag at second, on to first for the out. And the inning is over. Drew grounds out. Polanco to first base. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 4 complete, it's El Paso 6, Sports 2 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Are you considering a career?
Sports trail at 6-2 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. When the Sports come back home on Monday against Fort Worth, that'll be a part of a 3-game series and a short homestand. And on Wednesday, Fairgrounds Field will be turned into a water park. Have a dunk tank, water slides for all kinds of fun. Everyone gets in. $1 ticket, 10:05 a.m. Game time on Wednesday morning for Shreveport Sports Baseball. Chris Smith will lead it off with the Sports here in the fifth. Takes a fastball from Wiggum for a strike. Smith, and then the top of the order, Adam Hale. To be followed by Polanco here in the fifth. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Big cut by Chris Smith. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul. Off the third base side. So it's no balls, 2 strikes on second baseman Chris Smith. David Wiggum already with 6 strikeouts tonight. That's his season high. Make it 7 strikeouts as Smith goes down swinging to start the 5th inning. So 1 out here at the top of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the order, Adam Hale. Hale has doubled and driven in a run. He has also struck out tonight. He is 1 for 2. Hale, left-handed hitter, playing right field tonight. Way outside and high for ball 1 from Wiggum. Sports have had only 3 hits off the El Paso right-hander. Hale hit one off the fence out in left field in the 3rd inning. Takes a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball in tight, and it's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Low and inside, now 3-1. So Wiggum has fallen behind on the left-handed hitting Adam Hale at 3-1. Outfield actually playing Hale as an opposite field hitter. Drew in center field, well over into left center. Big gap in right center field for the left-handed hitter. Takes a strike at the letters. Hale had already started toward first base. He thought it was ball 4. So now it's a full count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Hale. Line drive, right center field. This one could be extra bases also. It's headed toward the wall. Hale around second base. He's going to try for 3, and he'll be in there standing with a triple. There's that gap we were talking about in right center field, and Hale just plugged it. His 2nd triple of the year, his 2nd hit of the night. Hale with a double and a triple this inning in 3 at-bats. So Hale is 3rd with 1 out for Enowal Polanco, 0 for 2. Polanco has been safe on an error and grounded to third base. Hale at 3rd, 1 out. Polanco takes the fastball in tight for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Polanco. The stretch by Wiggum. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Polanco. Hipless in this series. He's 0 for 6. Hale at third base, 1 out. Ground ball toward the shortstop, Cooksey. On to first for the out. The run scores on the ground out as Polanco will get his 6th RBI of the year, rounding out the Cooksey at short for the second out. Hale scoring from third base to cut El Paso's lead in half. It's now 6-3. 2 out and nobody on for Justin Humphreys. Humphreys 0 for 2 tonight. Fouls it off, strike one. Humphreys has struck out both times this inning. Went down swinging in the first, called out on strikes in the third. No balls and a strike on Humphreys. This pitch into the dirt scoots all the way back to the screen. And it evens it up at a ball and a strike. 2 out, nobody on here in the 5th. Humphrey started to offer and checked his swing as the pitch was lowered inside, and now it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt again. Humphreys started to chase it as it bounced into the dirt, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike on the designated hitter, Justin Humphreys. David Wiggum on the mound for El Paso. Grounded foul off the third base side. Now it's a full count at 3-2. Well, Humphreys really dipped that back shoulder on that swing. He had an uppercut swing on it. Three balls, 2 strikes on Humphreys. Wiggum kicks and delivers. Foul to the left of home plate. And it remains full at 3-2, and home plate umpire Blake Felix will get a new supply of baseballs. Josh Neitz will pitch here tomorrow night for El Paso. Sports will send out Matt Clayman. Will get a spot start. It'll be his 4th start of the year. Sports will use a lot of the bullpen tomorrow. Hit high in the air to left field. Reininger waiting under it and makes the catch, and the inning is over. Sports get a run here in the 5th inning. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. We are halfway tonight through 4.5 innings. El Paso 6, Sports 3 on AM 1130 KWKA.
Yeah.
For the 5th inning, Jorge Alvarez, the lead it off for El Paso, grounds one up the middle into center field, a base hit. Polanco couldn't get to it, and Alvarez has a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. That is the 9th hit for El Paso. So Alvarez leads it off here in the 5th with the base hit. Walter Olmstead, 0 for 2 tonight, has grounded to short, bounced to second. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Takes it off the plate outside for ball 1 from the right-hander, Russell Savickas. Trying to update some scores around the league tonight. 1 ball, no strikes on Olmstead. Outside, and it's 2-0. Bottom of the 8th inning. Grand Prairie leading Sioux Falls 6-2. Fort Worth top of the 9th. 6-2 lead over Pensacola. 2 balls, no strikes on Olmstead. Outside, ball 3. So now it's gone to 3-0. Bottom of the 9th inning, Lincoln. 6-1 lead over Sioux City. In the top of the 9th inning, Wichita 5-2 lead over St. Paul. 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle, and it's a strike. And it's 3-1. Olmstead taking all the way at 3-0. Alvarez at first base. There goes the runner. Pitch is swung on, lifted high in the air to right center field. Gamble drifting back and falls down, but makes the catch on the warning track in right center field. He looked like he tripped as he hit that warning track after he made the catch. Fell down right on his wallet and tossed the ball to Adam Hale. Alvarez back to first base, 1 out here in the 5th inning. So 1 out for J.D. Reininger. Reininger has grounded to third and walked. He has scored a run. So Alvarez at first with 1 out. Savickas the stretch. And a fastball is a strike. No balls, 1 strike on J.D. Reininger. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive toward left field, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit. McLean over to cut it off. Here comes the throw into second base, and in there with a double is Reininger. Over to third goes Alvarez. It'll be a double for Reininger. That's the 10th hit for El Paso. Now the Diablos have runners at second and third with 1 out for Matt Kent, who's had a perfect night at the plate, 2 for 2. Couple of singles and an RBI. Kent, left-handed hitter. And he bounces 1 foul right at the plate, strike 1. In the National League, a final score, Cardinals beat the Phillies 3-2. I mentioned earlier, a lot of interleague play this weekend. We'll check those scores on the Major League scoreboard in a moment. No balls, 1 strike. Fouled up into the seats, and it's strike 2. At Milwaukee, the Twins and the Brewers. Twins just scored 2 runs in the 12th inning to lead Milwaukee 6-4. At Arizona, the Royals have a 12-3 lead over the Diamondbacks in the 8th inning at Phoenix. No balls, 2 strikes on Kent. The pitch popped up, but I think it'll be out of play, and it will be behind the third base El Paso dugout. They're at the bottom of the 6th inning at San Francisco. A's have a 1-0 lead over the Giants. Boston beat Cincinnati 6-4. Yankees over Houston 8-4. Rangers and the Mets were rained out at New York. No balls, 2 strikes on Matt Kent. The stretch by Savickas and a pitch. Over the head of everybody, back to the screen. The throw to the plate, not in time. A wild pitch and a run scored. I mean, that one was over the head of everybody. A wild pitch, and Alvarez scores from third base to make it 7-3 El Paso. Reininger takes third base on the wild pitch. Check on Miller. Miller may have pulled a groin going after that ball. He kind of slipped a little bit when he got to it. So they're checking him out behind home plate. Let's check the scores at the American League ballpark in interleague play. Padres beat the Indians 8-3. Padres scored 5 runs in the top of the 10th to win it. The Rockies over the White Sox 2-0. Baltimore scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Pirates 8-7. Tampa Bay beat Florida 4-1. Tigers over the Dodgers 12-7. Cubs beat Toronto 6-2. Nationals have a 1-0 lead over Seattle at Seattle in the 2nd inning. The infield now comes in. Miller stays in the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout. Only the 2nd of the night for Savickas. And now there's 2 out here in the 5th inning. 2 out for Brian Smith. Has singled and hit into a double play. The Braves have a 6-2 lead over the Angels in Los Angeles in the top of the 6th inning. Here at 7-2 El Paso, bottom of the fifth. Runner at third, 2 out. Breaking pitch, strike call to Byron Smith. No balls, 1 strike. Down low, and it's 1-1. Sports defensively have Bell at first, Smith at second, Polanco at short, Bratton at third, the outfield, McLean in left, Gamble in center, Hale in right, Miller catching. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low again, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at third base, Reininger with 2 out. A run is scored here in the 5th inning. Diablos lead it 7-2 or 7-3. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike on Smith. The 3-1 pitch. Into the dirt, bounces away, and a run will score on a wild pitch to make it 8-2. So El Paso has scored twice here in the 5th inning, and they have scored on a couple of wild pitches. That was ball 4 to Smith. Third walk given up by Savickas. His second wild pitch, both coming in this inning. So now it is an 8-3 lead. Still 2 out for Alex Durock. He is 2 for 2 tonight with a couple of singles and an RBI. Up and in for ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. In the NCAA College World Series at Omaha, Stanford beat Florida State this afternoon 16-5. 1 ball, no strikes. Now back over the screen up into the seats. And it's a ball and a strike. Tonight in the College World Series at Omaha, one pitch, curveball, strike 2. Georgia has beaten Miami 7-4. So Georgia and Stanford win first day games in the College World Series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball down and away, and now it evens it up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. El Paso with an 8-3 lead over the Sports. The stretch 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Durock caught looking, and the inning is over. 3rd strikeout for Savickas. Here in the 5th inning, El Paso scores 2 runs, and they do it with 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. After 5, it's El Paso 8 and the Sports 3 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home and Cemetery.
8-3 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Shreveport will have the middle third of the batting order coming up. Here in the 6th, it'll be Gamble, McLean, and Bell against the right-hander David Wiggum. El Paso got a run in the 1st and 5 in the 3rd, added 2 more in the 5th. Sports got single runs in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So Chad Gamble to lead it off here in the 6th inning. Gamble has singled and scored a run in 2 at-bats, has also flied to right. Well, the same thing happened last night. Seemed like every time the Sports got close, they cut the lead. to 10-5 in the sixth inning, and then 3 runs in the sixth inning for El Paso kind of salted it away. Gamble takes it in tight for ball 1. 1 ball to no strikes. Sports had pulled it within 6-3 here just moments ago. Ground ball shortstop. Cooksey bobbles it, picks it up, throws on to first for the out. Bobbled the ball up in the air, caught it in the glove hand, and threw on to first to get the out. One out here at the top of the sixth inning for Terrence McLean. McLean has struck out, and he has been hit by a pitch. A little bit pick up now here at the ballpark, blowing out the left field, out of the west. Up and in to McLean for ball 1. Remember tomorrow afternoon, or late tomorrow afternoon, 5:05 Central Time. Sports baseball tomorrow night from El Paso. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. Our broadcast will begin at 4:50 tomorrow evening. With tomorrow's game, we'll be on 71 Keel because of the LSU in the College World Series in Omaha. Strike at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Terrence McLean. One out here in the sixth inning. The 1-2 pitch. Hit toward right center field on the run. Drew and makes the grab in right center. For the second out here in the sixth inning. Two out in the top of the sixth for Kiwish Bell. 0 for 2. He was safe on a fielder's choice his last time up. And it's bounced to the pitcher, left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Bell with a big cut. No balls, 1 strike on Bell. Down low for a ball, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on for the Sports here in the sixth. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, right field. It's going to go down in the corner. And Bell headed towards second base. Up with it is Smith, and Bell will coast into second with a 2-out double. Bell with his 6th double of the year. That's the 5th hit for the Sports tonight. So Bell at second base with the 2-out double. This will bring up Bobby Bratton, who is 0 for 2. Bratton has grounded to third, and he's also hit into double play. Hit into that double play in the 4th inning with the bases loaded. Grounds this one foul. Bounces off the third base side for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Bobby Bratton. Bell is at second base with 2 out. The stretch by Wiggum. Up and in to the right-handed hitting Bratton. And it's a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Bratton. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Pitch about letter high, and Bratton unloaded. Came up empty. And it's strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bell at second base, getting a good lead. No one paying a lot of attention to him down there. Breaking pitch. High for a ball. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning here in El Paso. 8-3, El Paso lead over Shreveport. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. High with a fastball. Now it's gone full at 3-2 on third baseman Bobby Bratton. Bratton could get on board. Adam Miller is on deck. Bell at second. Foul, back and out of play. Bell was off and running on that pitch. Why, I don't know. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Bobby Bratton. 2 out. And the pitch. Fouled again. That one up into the seats. Down the first base line. Full count on Bratton at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bell with a 2-out double. He's at second base. Full count on Bratton. Wiggum's pitch. Hit to left field. Pretty well hit. This ball is up and see you later. Way out of here in left field. Bobby Bratton with a 2-run home run to cut the lead to 8-5. Well, Bratton connected on that one. He was sitting on a pitch, and he drove it high and deep out of here in left field. His 3rd home run of the year. Bell scores ahead of him. So Bratton with a 2-run home run here in the 6th inning. His 3rd home run of the year, RBI number 17 and 18. Man alive, did he ever get under that one and drive it deep? Swing and a miss by Miller, strike 1. So our score 8-5 now as the Sports pull a little closer again. The 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Miller has had a single in 2 at-bats. Curveball low and inside. And it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adam Miller. Swing and a foul. Back to the screen. And it's strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sports have scored a couple of runs here in the top of the 6th inning. To pull a little closer, 8-5. Into the dirt from Wiggum. And now it evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. El Paso has activity in their bullpen down the left field line. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Miller strikes out and the inning is over. That is 8 strikeouts for Wiggum. Here at the top of the 6th inning, the Sports scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. After 5.5, El Paso 8 and the Sports 5 on AM 1130 KWKH.
ABC Insurance Agency.
Stadium in El Paso, Texas on a Saturday night. Stantrell Smith will lead it off here at the bottom of the 6th inning for the Diablos and takes the breaking pitch for a strike from the right-hander Russell Savickas. Smith, right-handed hitter. Curveball inside, and it's 1-1. Smith is 0 for 2, has flied to right field both times. Grounds 1 by third down the left field line. Smith will try for 2. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time, and it's a double. So Stantrell Smith leads it off with a double. Here in the 6th inning, that is the 11th hit for El Paso, and Shreveport's going to start getting some activity going in the bullpen. Brian Cooksey coming up. 1 for 2 has struck out. Tripled. He has also been hit by a pitch. Looks like left-hander Aaron Cunningham beginning to loosen in the Shreveport pen. So Stantrell Smith is at second with a leadoff double. Here at the bottom of the sixth inning, Cooksey bunts it. Foul right at the feet of the catcher, Adam Miller, and it's strike one. No balls, one strike on Brian Cooksey. No balls, one strike on Cooksey. Let's see if he's still up for the bunt. Showing bunt. Bunts it off the third base side. Up with it is the pitcher, Savickas, and he'll throw it to first base with Smith, the second baseman, covering. So the sacrifice successful as it moves Stantrell Smith over to third on the sacrifice bunt. It'll go 1-4 on the put out. So there's one out here at the bottom of the sixth inning for Corey Drew. Sports will bring their infield in now. Drew is 2 for 3, a couple of singles, and an RBI. Takes a strike from Savickas. No balls, one strike on Corey Drew. Right-handed hitting Alvarez. Down low and outside, and now it's 2-1. Two balls, one strike on Jorge Alvarez. Runner at third, 2 away. And the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball towards second base. Smith on the second hop, on the bell for the out. And Savickas pitches himself out of a jam here in the sixth inning. No runs for El Paso. One hit, no errors, one left. After 6, our score, El Paso 8 and the Sports 5 on AM 1130 KWKH. Our totals through 6 innings. El Paso 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. The Sports 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. New pitcher for the Diablos, right-hander B.J. Litchfield, will come on here in the 7th inning. 6 foot, 180-pound right-hander out of San Dimas, California, a side armor. Litchfield has appeared in more games than any other pitcher in the American Association. As he misses down low to the leadoff hitter, Chris Smith, ball one. This is his 19th appearance, all in relief. No wins, 1 loss, 457 earned run average. A strike to Smith, and it's 1-1. 21 2/3 innings for Litchfield coming into tonight. In relief here in the 7th inning for starter David Wiggins. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive left field, and it will be in there for a base hit. Over to cut it off Reininger. So Chris Smith leads it off with a line drive single to left field here in the top of the 7th inning. The starter tonight for El Paso, David Wiggum, 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 no walks, and a season-high 8 strikeouts. Adam Hale, 2 hits and 3 at-bats tonight. He's had a double and a triple, has scored a run. Left-handed hitter. Litchfield, the stretch. Off speed, down low and outside for ball one. One ball, no strikes on Hale. Into the dirt, bounces away, and Smith will take second base as the ball ricocheted into the dirt and bounced back to the screen. That'll be a wild pitch on Litchfield. That's a Shreveport runner. Chris Smith in scoring position at second with nobody out. Two balls, no strikes on Hale. The pitch. Takes it high for ball three. They give Hale a lot of right center field as they did the last time when he hit that triple into the gap in right center. 3 balls, no strike pitch. taking all the way, and it's ball 4. And that puts runners at first and second and nobody out. That's the first walk given up by an El Paso pitcher tonight. And now all of a sudden the tying run comes to the plate, and Enoel Polanco. Polanco is 0 for 3. And an RBI his last time up when he grounded out the shortstop. Then safe on an errand, grounded to third. 0 for 3 tonight. Runners first and second, nobody out. Polanco takes the breaking pitch way outside for ball 1 from Litchfield. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Bloop toward right field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. And being held up at third as Stanstrell Smith quickly came in with that ball. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. So Polanco gets his first hit in this series. Stanstrell Smith, the right fielder, charged that ball quickly. Came up with it on the first hop, and Eddie Gerald put the brakes on Chris Smith coming around third. So the Sports have the bases loaded with nobody out for Justin Humphreys, and manager Butch Henry making a trip to the mound as the Diablos have more activity in their bullpen. Getting a left-hander up down in the bullpen now. Looks like Donovan Hendricks is the southpaw that just started to throw. So Humphreys comes up with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Sports trail by 3, 8-5. Humphreys is 0 for 3 tonight, has struck out twice and flied to left. Litchfield from the stretch. This is high for ball 1. Outfield around to the left. They play Humphreys to pull. One ball, no strikes. Outside, and it's 2-0. So Litchfield having a little problems coming out of the bullpen, finding the strike zone now. Campbell is on deck. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the 7th inning. The stretch and the 2-0 pitch. Almost hit him. 3-0, low and inside. Well, another one out of the strike zone would walk in a run. Chris Smith is at third. Hale at second. Polanco at first, nobody out. 3 balls, no strikes on Humphreys. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. And it's 3-1 on Humphreys. Litchfield a check of the runner at third. Now comes to the plate. Down low, ball 4, and that walks in a run. So Humphreys with a bases loaded walk gets his 11th RBI as Chris Smith scores from third base to make it 8-6, and the bases are still loaded with nobody out. And Chad Campbell coming to the plate. And Butch Henry headed to the mound again. And that's going to be all for Litchfield as he faces 4 batters, not able to get an out here in the 7th inning. So we'll have our call to the bullpen with a pitching change brought to you by First Choice Personnel. We're in the 7th inning. Sports trail at 8-6. Back in 90 seconds, you're listening to Shreveport Sports Baseball on AM 1130 KWKH. Pitcher for El Paso is going to be left-hander Donovan Hendricks, 6 foot, 175-pound southpaw, out of South Victoria, Australia. So Hendricks will appear in his 7th game, all in relief, 1 win, no losses, and a .386 earned run average, has worked 7 innings. has given up 9 hits. He has struck out 4, walked 1. Opponents hitting .333 off of him. He comes in with the bases loaded, nobody out. Sports trailing by 2 have the tying run in scoring position. And Chad Gamble 1 for 3 at the plate. Takes it down low for ball 1. So B.J. Litchfield pitched to 4 batters. Gave up 2 hits, walked 2. Responsible for all 3 runners on base. 1 ball, no strikes. Gamble pops one up, and it's going to drop in right field for a base hit. And the bases are still loaded as a run scores. Polanco is held up at third as Gamble bloops a single to right field to pull the Sports within a run. Hale scoring from third base. Everybody had to kind of hold up to see if that ball was going to drop in there or not. And it did. So it's now 8-7 as the Sports have pulled within a run. Still nobody out in the inning. And the batter, Terrence McLean, with the bases loaded. Oh, he nearly got hit. He had to spin out of the way right at the last moment. Gamble getting his 11th RBI of the year. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch to McLean. High and outside, and it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Polanco at third. Humphreys at second. Gamble at first. Nobody out. Sports trail by a run. 8-7 here in the 7th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on McLean. Fastball, and he fouled it off. Got a fastball and was swinging away. And it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Terrence McLean. Swing and a miss. Hendricks to the plate, another fastball, and McLean not able to catch up with it. Now it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, a great opportunity here in the 7th inning for the Sports. Trailing by a run with the bases loaded, nobody out. Hendricks to the plate, fouling it off. Came back with an off-speed pitch, and McLean just got a piece of it, fouling it back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McLean is 0 for 2 tonight. He has been hit by a pitch. Has struck out and flied to center. The stretch by Hendricks. 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Came back with a fastball, but missed in tight with it. So now it's a full count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. McLean got a piece of it. Fouled it back to the screen to stay alive. Sports have the bases loaded. Have had 3 hits in the inning. A couple of walks. Nobody out. Have scored a couple of runs to pull within a run, 8-7. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On McLean, the 3-2 pitch. High ball 4. And the game is tied on a bases-loaded walk to Terrence McLean. And still nobody out of the inning. So Humphreys goes over to third base. Gamble to second. McLean with an RBI on the bases-loaded walk. And Kiwi's Bell takes it inside, ball 1. Bell has had a double in 3 at-bats. Game tied at 8-8 here in the 7th. Here's a base hit to right field. Humphreys will score. Gamble headed to the plate. The throw, and he is safe. And the Sports have taken a 2-run lead. Bell with a 2-run single. And the Sports go on top 10-8. So Humphreys scoring from third base, and Gamble scoring from second. McLean stopped at second base. Bell gets a couple of RBIs. His 19th and 20th of the year. Still nobody out for Bobby Bratton. And he hits one towards center. It's dropping, and it's going to be in there for a base hit. And the bases are loaded again. Drew made a diving attempt and couldn't quite get there. So Bratton with a base hit. McLean and Bell both had to hold up to see if that ball was going to drop in or not. And once it did, they took that base. And now bases loaded once again. Still nobody out. And Adam Miller becomes the ninth batter to come to the plate in the inning. Shreveport has scored 5 times here in the 7th. And now lead it 10-8. Miller has singled in 3 at-bats. Fastball high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Adam Miller. Ground ball over the middle, and Cooksey gets to it, has no play, and another run will score, and the bases are still loaded on a base hit by Miller. Miller gets an RBI single. That makes it 11-8. Shreveport as McLean scores. And the bases remain loaded here in the inning. And Chris Smith, who started off this inning with a single, will bat for the second time in the inning. Shreveport has scored 6 times, and still nobody out with the bases loaded in the 7th. Line drive, base hit center field. Here comes Bell, and Bratton will be held at third as the throw comes in, and the bases are still loaded. As Chris Smith has singled to drive home Bell with the 7th run of the inning. Bratton has been stopped at third. To the top of the order, Adam Hale, batting for the second time in this inning. Low and away for ball 1. The Sports have scored 7 runs here in the 7th inning, and now lead it 12-8. And still nobody out here in the 7th inning. It's to Hale. Swing and a miss. Hale was thinking about going distance with that big cut. One ball, one strike on Hale. Down low for a ball, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hale is the 11th batter to come to the plate in the inning. The 2-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit center field. Bratton will score. Miller is headed to the plate. Here comes the throw. He is out at the plate. Well, Hale singles to drive in 1 run as Bratton scores the 8th run of the inning. Miller is out at the plate. It'll go 8-2 for the first out of the inning. Chris Smith stopped at second base. 1 out for Inowel Polanco. Runners first and second. Ground ball third base. Up with it. Stepping on the bag. On to first. Double play and the inning is over. Polanco hits into a 5-3 double play to finish off the inning. In the inning, the Shreveport Sports have scored 8 runs on 8 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner was left stranded. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning at our score. It's the Sports 13 and El Paso 8 on AM 1130 KWKH. Well, the Shreveport Sports have their biggest inning of the season, an 8-run 7th inning, and have now taken a 13-8 lead over El Paso as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Sports. It's going to be left-hander Aaron Cunningham. So Savikas goes 6 innings, gave up 11 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, walked 3, struck out 3. Couple of wild pitches and hit a batter. So left-hander Aaron Cunningham comes on here in the 7th inning. Cunningham appearing in his 13th game of the year, all in relief. 2 wins, 1 loss, and a .368 earned run average. 14 2/3 innings, given up 16 hits. He has struck out 11 and walked 2. And the opponents are hitting .271 off of him. So the Sports with their biggest run output of any one inning this year. 8 runs in the 7th inning. Cunningham's last appearance was against Pensacola. And that was on Thursday. He only pitched to a couple of batters, gave up 2 hits, no runs though, no walks, no strikeouts. So Aaron Cunningham will come on here in the 7th inning. Walter Olmstead will be the first batter that he will face. Olmstead, who is a switch hitter, will now bat from the right side against the left-hander Cunningham. Olmstead is 0 for 3 tonight. And Cunningham misses high for ball 1. Olmstead, Reininger, and Kent here at the bottom of the 7th inning for El Paso. Down low, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on the first baseman, Walter Olmstead. So Aaron Cunningham in relief here in the 7th. 2-0 pitch. High ball 3. Well, it's not what you want coming out of the bullpen. You need somebody who'll throw some strikes. And Cunningham has missed on all 3 pitches. And has just walked Olmstead on 4 pitches. Well, that'll drive a manager crazy. Olmstead down to first with a leadoff walk for J.D. Reininger. Has doubled in 2 at-bats, has also walked and scored a couple of runs. Everything else is now over in the American Association on this Saturday. A strike to Reininger. Right-handed hitter. Well, Polanco hitting into that inning double play. Shreveport has hit into 2 double plays tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And have now hit into 5 double plays in the series in 2 games. No balls, 2 strikes on Reininger. Olmstead at first with a leadoff walk here at the bottom of the 7th. And the 0-2 pitch. Inside. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grand Prairie beats Sioux Falls 6-2. Fort Worth, a winner again tonight, 6-2 over Pensacola. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He ran the fastball away, and Cunningham comes back and gets a strikeout. That's the first out here in the 7th inning. 1 out for Matt Kent, the designated hitter, left-handed hitter. Lincoln beats Sioux City 6-1, and Wichita a 5-2 winner over St. Paul. Ground ball toward third base. Bratton will go to second out there, and Smith is dumped on the slide by Olmsted and has no way to throw it to first base. They get the force, though, on the lead runner. Olmsted at second. It'll go 5-4 on the putout. And now there's 2 out. It is at first on the fielder's choice for Byron Smith. Smith has walked, singled, and hit into a double play. Right-handed hitting third baseman. Fastball high from Cunningham for ball 1. We're at the bottom of the 7th inning. Sports on top, 13-8 over El Paso. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit left field. Down to second base, taking the turn. Kent holding there on the base hit by Smith, his second hit of the game. That's the first hit off Cunningham and the 12th hit of the night for El Paso. So runners at first and second with 2 outs for Alex Durhak. Durhak is 2 for 3, a couple of singles. RBI is also struck out. That's with 2 out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Aaron Cunningham in relief. High and outside for ball 1. Well, last night, we had a total of 32 hits between the two teams. Tonight, already 26 hits. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air toward left field. McLean coming in, still coming in, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Here in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. After 7, Sports 13, El Paso 8 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Fun is a good thing.
Top of the 8th inning as the Sports lead at 13-8. Remember, the Sports are back home Monday night at Fairgrounds Field against the first place Fort Worth Cats. Game time 7:05, and it'll be Monday at Fairgrounds Field. Justin Humphreys will lead it off for the Sports. Sports sent 12 batters to the plate in that 7th inning, scoring those 8 runs. Humphreys walked in that 7th inning with the bases loaded to get an RBI, officially 0 for 3 tonight for Humphreys. Donovan Hendricks back to the mound for El Paso. And down low, misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Justin Humphreys. Swing and a foul tip. Squirted it right back to the screen, and it's a ball and a strike. Game time here tomorrow evening will be at 5:05 Central Time. 5:05 Central Time. Tomorrow's broadcast on 71 Keel. Ground ball, foul. Pass. Eddie Gerald coaching at third, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Justin Humphreys. Our pregame show tomorrow will begin at 4:50 Central Time. One ball, 2 strikes on Justin Humphreys. Leading it off here in the top of the 8th inning for the second out. So 1 ball, no strikes on Gamble. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Gamble, who has had 3 hits and 5 at-bats here tonight. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, strike 2. Looks like a slider that caught the outside corner. And it's a ball and 2 strikes as we are in the top of the 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gamble strikes out and the inning is over. Here in the 8th inning, El Paso 8 on AM 1130 KWKH.
Kilpatrick Life Insurance.
EY why at ShreveportSports.com. Throughout the season, the sports will have...
Well, before we get to the bottom of the 8th inning, let's pause 10-second station identification. This is where you can hear Shreveport Sports Baseball.
KWKH Shreveport. For the latest sports scores of your favorite team, go to KWKHOnline.com.
Dave Ness from Cohen Stadium in El Paso, Texas. Bottom of the 8th inning. Stantrell Smith will lead it off for the Diablos. Aaron Cunningham misses high for ball one. Cunningham starting his second inning of relief work. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, left field. And we're going to call time here before the pitch. Apparently, a ball had gotten out of the El Paso bullpen. Third base umpire, Matt Chris, was calling time. Now here comes Butch Henry out, the El Paso manager. Well, maybe it was a tennis ball that was thrown out on the field. I don't know, but third base umpire, Matt Chris, had called time just as Stantrell Smith was swinging at the pitch. Butch Henry talking with the third base umpire up the third base line right now. Let's take a look at those Major League Baseball scores. In the National League, Cardinals beat the Phillies 3-2. A lot of interleague play at National League Parks. Red Sox over the Cincinnati Reds. Now Butch Henry and Chris are really getting after it right now. And Henry has just been tossed out of the game. Butch Henry has just been tossed out of the game here in the 8th inning. In the meantime, it's 1 ball to no strikes on Smith. Red Sox beat the Cincinnati Reds 6-4 in 10 innings. In 12 innings, Milwaukee loses to the Minnesota Twins 9-4. Twins scored 5 in the top of the 12th to win it. Waiting while Butch Henry makes his way into the clubhouse down the left field line. It's 1 ball to no strikes on Stantrell Smith. Fouls it back, and it's a ball and a strike. The Yankees defeated the Astros at Houston 8-4. Rangers and the Mets were rained out at New York. Kansas City over Arizona 12-3 at Phoenix. Swing and a foul tip, and it's strike 2. Oakland shut out the Giants 4-0 at San Francisco. In the interleague play at American League Parks, Padres over the Indians 8-3. Rockies shut out the White Sox 2-0. Baltimore scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to beat Pittsburgh 8-7. Pitch hit in toward center field. Gamble is there, makes the catch, and there's 1 out here in the 8th. So 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. To the top of the batting order, Brian Cooksey. Tampa Bay beat the Florida Marlins 4-1. Detroit 12-7 over the Dodgers. Cubs beat the Blue Jays 6-2. 2 games still in progress at Seattle. The Nationals have a 4-2 lead over the Mariners in the 7th. Cooksey, right-handed hitter, fouls it back, and it's strike 1. They play in the bottom of the 9th inning at Los Angeles. The Braves have a 9-4 lead over the Angels. Those are the only 2 other games being played. Fouled out of play to the right, and it's strike 2. Everything is over in first, and the inning is over. So El Paso is up and down in order here in the 8th inning.
You're right. EEOC's job.
For the 9th inning, and El Paso, by saving their pitching staff, they're going to go with an outfielder, J.D. Reininger, to pitch here in the 9th inning. Olmsted will move from first base to left field, taking Reininger's spot in the outfield, and Matt Kent will now play first base. Terrence McLean will lead it off for the Sports here in the 9th inning. Only hit tonight. 1 for 3. Reininger misses high for ball 1. Have no pitching stats on Reininger, whether he has pitched before or not this year. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike on Terrence McLean. Fastball, strike 2. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Strike 3 call. McLean caught looking. 1 out in the 9th. That is 12 strikeouts recorded. And that's unbelievable. 12 strikeouts. Kiwi spell. We're talking about an unbalanced stat. That is 1. Low and away, and it's 2-0. And 1 strike. Stay with us following the game. We'll be naming our sports player of the game, brought to you by Papa John Pizza and the Scoreboard Show. Foul out of play to the left. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kiwi spell. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Bell is caught looking. So Reininger, coming out of the outfield, has got back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th inning. 2 outs for Bobby Bratton. Bratton is 2 for 5 with a 2-run home run. A single and an RBI has driven in 3 runs tonight. And he takes a strike. Reininger just throwing strikes. No balls and 1 strike on Bratton. Down low. And it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bratton. 2 out, nobody on. We're swing at him as strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Bratton. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Did he go or not? Yes, he did. On a check swing, and Reininger strikes out the side here in the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. As we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, our score, it's the Sports 13 and El Paso 8 on AM 1130 KWK.
Call or click PapaJohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning here at El Paso. Cunningham back to the mound to start his 3rd inning of relief work. He'll face Alvarez, Olmsted, and Reininger here at the bottom of the 9th inning. Final game of this 3-game series tomorrow at 5:05 Central Time. Tomorrow's game on 71 Keel. Sports are back home Monday night. Start a 3-game series with Fort Worth. Short homestand Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Fairgrounds Field. Alvarez has had 1 hit, 3 at-bats, and launches 1 foul down the left field line, out of play, strike 1. The pitch. Hit toward left field. McLean on the run. McLean gets there and makes the catch in fair territory. What a play by Terrence McLean, crossing the line and ended up jumping the fence into the bullpen, but held on to the ball for the second out of the inning. Boy, that was a nice play by McLean. Runner at second base, Smith. Byron Smith, Stantrell Smith at the plate. Fouling it back. And it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it's been a wild Saturday night out here in West Texas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and this one is over. As Smith strikes out to finish it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. No errors, 1 left, the final score. Sports 13, El Paso 8. Photos and highlights coming up next on AM 1130 KWKH. Hale had 4 hits tonight in